All right, darling. All right, Nina, love. Julian. Julian! Reverse the car. Reverse the car! Julian! Julian!
Emergency, which service, please?
Ambulance. An accident. My car. 25 Larch Avenue, SW20.
Nina?
Please, hurry.
Nina? Oh, God. Oh! Oh! Oh!
It's okay.
Please, God, anything with this.
Everything's just coming, Julian. It's all right. It's all right. It should be okay. They'll be okay.
Morning.
Morning.
What do you reckon? Still got it in his backyard. He can find a buyer.
Put your backs into it. Power it. 4, 2, 3, 4.
Hello, darling. Did you see? Didn't I say, like riding a bike, you never forget how. Bit more practice, I'll be right back on track.
10 minutes, you said.
20 is what I said. You get the oars.
Okay.
Okay, that's my treat. Now yours. How's this? We go back to the hotel, quick dip in the pool, pack up, ship out.
I like it at the hotel.
Room service is what you like. Come on.
Are we going back home?
No, not yet.
But I need all my stuff, Mum, for my skateboard.
How many times? We're not going home. Not yet. You take the duvet. I'll take your bag. Can you manage all right?
Of course I can manage. Gran, it's us.
She's at work. We'll see her at supper time.
Hello, Woody. Hello, fat cat. Mum,
What is it?
what did Dad do to make you so mad at him?
Go check out your room. Top of the stairs. You know where. Go on. Grace Hazlitt?
It's me. I need you to come in. I've got a case for you.
Today? Sorry, Martin. It's just not possible.
Come on, I wouldn't ask if it wasn't urgent, would I?
Can't it wait until later on?
No, I can't, Grace. Really.
Okay, all right. Grace Hazlitt for Detective Superintendent Callum.
First floor. Second floor.
Third floor.
Really made a definite bloody witness like
Who was on exhibit on that one?
Frank
Yes.
Howlett. It's true, got hauled into court again.
And then?
DCI banking took over.
Any DNA results on the blood yet?
Still waiting. I marked it urgent and I...
Sorry, Grace. Serious meltdown mode today.
Hi.
Hi, Anna. Bunky off school now, are we?
Mum said
He's got the orthodontist
Come in.
today. Do not move from that.
So where's that man of yours been hiding? This squash 2 nights on the trot's not like him.
He's got some heavy-duty work thing on. I've barely seen him either. Wow. Perk of the new job?
We've got a suspicious death. Niamh Flora Latimer. She goes shopping with her husband yesterday. They come back. He mows her down in the car outside the marital home. Paramedics failed to resuscitate at the scene. Post-mortem, if you've got the stomach for it.
Husband's story?
No memory of the incident. Total blank. He claims it had to be an accident. Foot must have slipped from the brake to the accelerator.
Psychiatric history?
Nothing, no previous.
Motive?
Life policy on the wife for 300K, trust fund from her late mother at $500,000. Latimer's the beneficiary of both.
Forensics?
Still checking the car for mechanical failure. Not holding my breath. Excuse me. Hello? I'm in a meeting. Can I call him back? Cheers, all right. Julian Mark Latimer, age 32, only child. Father did a runner when he was 5, brought up by his mother. He's an IT consultant for some 5-star corporate law firm in the city. She was a physiotherapist, married 8 years. There was a child, died 2 years ago. Accidental overdose.
Age?
18 months, Daniel Benedict.
And the marriage?
Getting back together after losing the child, he says. Trying to get back on track.
And he's not wavered from the amnesia story?
Stuck to it like Velcro.
Well, if he's in shock, it could be days, weeks before he even begins to remember what's happened.
I don't have that luxury, Grace. I've got another 24 hours to charge him, release him, or go for an extension. So, just a provisional assessment. Just give me some input as to whether his amnesia is a smoke and mirrors job.
Why do you always try to railroad me before I'm ready? You know how professionally demeaning that is.
Mate. Just be a couple of minutes. If we're looking at a murder charge, Grace, I want it to stick. If it gets downsized to epoxy manslaughter charge and diminished responsibility, who's going to get carpet back for wasting resources? New boy on the block.
I'll interview him when I'm up to speed with it, okay?
Such a stickler for protocol, Grace.
Boringly punctilious, that's me.
So look, when Carl comes up for air, tell him I'm ready to thrash him at squash again.
They've shot up.
That's what they do, isn't it?
Martin is a friend of mine, a girlfriend from school. We lost touch. I've been trying to track her down for God knows how long.
You want me to run a trace?
Her name's Christine Richards. Southwest London is my guess. Richards with a T.
Richards is her maiden name.
It's what she uses for work. Listen, forget it, no big deal. I'll see Latimer tomorrow. Report back. I've got to go and see someone else. I won't be long, so...
Don't move from this spot.
Thank you.
Mike.
I'm Grace Hazlitt.
DCI Monroe.
D.S. Devlin.
I need to speak to Latimer's solicitor about interviewing him tomorrow.
No, he says it was an accident. He doesn't need legal representation. He keeps repeating it like a bloody incantation. We're letting him stew a while, smoke him out. You and Superintendent Callum go back, he said.
University.
I'm stuffed.
If you've finished your dinner, Adam, could you put your knife and fork together, please? Delicious, Mother. Very filling.
Is the video working?
Yes, the video player is working. As is my mobile WAP telephone and my computer.
Computer? Wicked.
Password is Luddite. Spelt so. And no chat rooms. You haven't told him yet? So, what on earth does he think is going on? And leaving home in that way, was that wise? Suppose Carl changes the locks, or...
Not an issue, since I've no intention of returning.
It's not a hanging offense to admit you're hurt, darling.
I feel so let down. Let down sounds so prosaic, doesn't it? So impoverished.
Sounds fair enough to me.
Millions of people lose love, don't they? Or have it taken away. They deal with it. You did. Dad died, you dealt with it. I will too. It's just a process, like a bereavement. To go through it, that's all.
What, you're not allowed to feel pain or anger like anyone else?
I lose the plot. Adam's lost both of us, hasn't he?
This woman. Did Carl talk about her?
Oh, he talked about her. Somebody at work, apparently.
Some leggy, nubile 20-year-old, no doubt. How depressingly predictable.
Except I didn't predict it.
Coming! Grace. Bit out of practice at this, aren't we?
Just a bit.
I'm glad it was me you called. Surprised, but glad.
Gran, are you coming?
What did his last slave die of?
It's me, it's Carl. Is Grace with you? I've tried everyone I can think of, but... Look, if she's there, tell her we need to talk about Adam, will you? About my seeing him. I know she's angry, but he's not to blame. Ask her to hug him for me. Tell him I love him.
I heard something. I heard a noise.
Is Daddy back from his conference? 1 minute and then back into your own bed.
Chris. Chris. I love you. I love you. So... You're so sexy. Class. As a young man.
I want you so. Chrissy. You're gorgeous.
Carl. Carl, wake up. Chrissy's on the phone. Chrissy, she's on the phone.
Here. On my mobile.
No. Downstairs on the office line. Quickly, she's waiting. Who is she, Carl? Chrissy, who you called out for in your sleep. So classy, so gorgeous, so sexy. Is she someone at work? How long?
A year. 18 months. Long enough to know how I feel.
She's married too, isn't she? That's what all those conferences abroad are about. So you had an excuse to be together. And what, you thought you'd just coast along with me and Adam like it was some kind of sideshow?
I'm in love with her. I fell in love. It happened.
Not to me. I didn't let it happen.
Sorry, I'm not made of such stern stuff.
Fell in love. My God, you make it sound like you tripped over some kind of curbstone.
I tried fantasizing about her, but
Oh.
it wasn't enough. I'll sleep in the spare room. I'm sorry, Grace. Truly.
Message deleted.
Daddy! Daddy!
Why can't we go home?
Get into bed, Adam.
Mum, I don't want to stay here. I want to go home.
Go to sleep.
I want to go home.
Come on, cuddle up. You'll be all right.
I'm Grace Hadlett. I'm a forensic psychologist.
Morning.
Morning, sir.
The police have asked me to do a psychological assessment of you. Do you understand what that means? It's been explained to you that this interview is being video recorded and observed by the police. Your father left home when you were 5, is that right? I need to get some background first. Have you any memories of him?
Only by his absence. Thinking you'd walk into a room, waiting for him at the school gates, dreaming of him.
And after that, your mother brought you up alone. According to her statement, since you left home for university, the contact between you has been minimal.
Where's this going? Oedipus ringing mother.
She says even now you won't answer her calls. Won't accept help from her.
She has her yoga class. She'll pull through.
You told the police you have no memory of what happened when your wife was killed. Is that still the case? Have you ever had absences like that before? When you've lost time, memory lapses? Any seizures, fits of any kind? Déjà vu, hallucinations? How about head injuries?
Concussion. When I was a kid, I fell from a climbing frame.
Let's go back to the night before the incident. In your statement, you say you were working all night.
The VPN at the office is always busy during the day.
What's VPN?
Virtual private network via the internet. If there's a problem, I have to work when no one's on it at nights or weekends.
So you're working on the computer all night at the office? You got back home when?
Around dawn. They think I'm lying, don't they? That's why you're here.
I'm like the Swiss. Strictly neutral.
It was an accident. My foot must have slipped onto the accelerator.
You got home at dawn.
Nina was in bed. I made some tea. We made love. Are you married?
Yes. After you made love, what then?
We were having a dinner party. Nina needed to get to the shops.
So you set off shopping. Anything unusual about how you were feeling? Sensitivity to light, sound?
I was out of it. Knackered, tired.
So you did the shopping, what then?
We drove home.
Do you remember anything about that?
Nina was talking about the dinner party. She'd forgotten the starter.
So you got back home, pulled up into your drive. What next?
The remote wasn't working. For the garage door, she got out to open it.
And you did what? Close your eyes if it helps. Try to put yourself back in that place.
Look, it's no good. I can't do it. I can't get beyond it. It's just a blank.
Okay, let's go back to what you do remember. The first thing you remember after that point?
Carly, the neighbor, she was shouting at me, yelling at me to get out of the car, to reverse the car, but I couldn't.
At that moment, how were you?
Like I was weightless. My hands, they were... It was like they belonged to someone else. You're not wearing it. Your wedding ring.
It's not easy, I know, but can we talk about Daniel? Trauma is something I have to look at.
He swallowed some iron pills Nina had left over from the pregnancy. He thought they were sweets.
Did you blame her for that? For keeping the pills?
I was looking after him that day. We were watching television, he and I. The phone rang. He wandered off. The pills were in a drawer in the kitchen. While I was on the phone, I kept calling out to him. And he always answered, so I assumed he was playing. When I hung up, he was sitting on the stairs with a toy. So I took him upstairs for his nap. We had this baby book. Never wake a sleeping child, it said, so I didn't. Later, when we went upstairs, we couldn't wake him. Renal failure. After a week, we agreed to switch off the life support. We were both responsible. Something like that happens, you tell yourself, tragedy is rationed. You've had your share. It's someone else's turn.
Do you want a break? After Daniel, did you go for any bereavement counseling? Therapy?
Like talking to a shrink's gonna help. Shit happens, you deal with it, you cope. Sorry, I forgot you're one of them.
So how did you cope?
Minute by minute, day by day.
But you feel that you and Nina were starting to put your lives back together again? As much as possible, anyway.
We were talking about having another child.
Physically, sexually, any problems there?
I said we had sex that morning, didn't I?
Made love is what you said.
You think I don't know the difference? You're doing it too, aren't you? Twisting my words like the others. They're there now, aren't they? Watching me. Enjoying the show, guys. Getting your money's worth. Jesus! You don't get it, do you? None of you get it! You don't destroy the only thing left in your life that gave you the points! That made it worth living! Jesus! Why would anyone in their right mind do such a thing? "25 Larch Avenue, SW20.
Gotcha.
I'll get his consent to talk to his GP. Maybe run some neurological tests. I need more background, too.
Whatever you need, just ask.
If I'm to give the court an impartial and accurate picture of his state of mind, I need to join the dots myself, not just rubber stamp your investigation. Which means talking to anyone close to him, plus further sessions with him, as many as it takes.
Yeah, well, as of now, he's out on bail, restricted to his house, curfew after 8 p.m. The other thing, we traced 3 Christine Richards to southwest London. I whittled it down to 1.
I told you not to bother.
I was curious. All the more so when I saw she worked at Carl's outfit. I'm not so obtuse. I can't join a few dots too, Grace.
I didn't want to involve you, that's all.
You did involve me.
Yeah, we're running a check on all his previous employers. He was with you from 95 to 97, yeah? His job description? Yeah, I need names and addresses of any references you gave.
Can I have your attention, please? This is Grace Hazlitt, the forensic psychologist that Superintendent Callum assigned to the Latimer case.
I'll need all relevant documentation, medical records, interview transcripts. The Latimer's employer, if I could have his statement as soon as possible.
It's the arresting officer report, crime scene report, pathology report, forensic, such as it is. It should keep you busy.
Is there a space I can purchase?
Yeah, over there.
Student clubs, drinking chums. Have you contact them for it?
Tech boys in Ulster Carver got the first 3 digits.
How about you?
That is the main
It's DCI Monroe of West London Serious Crime Group. Yes, of course. Yep.
Latin. Yeah, that's right. Latin. Christian name, Niamh.
Yeah, Mr. Forrester.
Middle name,
yes,
Laura.
it's DCI Monroe.
Yes.
Yes.
Clause 2, subsection B should now read, pursuant to any such recompense the company deem appropriate. Delete subsection C.
Miss Hazlitt.
Amend clause 4 as marked to include, thereafter any bonus payments due by the company shall be paid quarterly. Did you check on my car at JFK?
Emailed confirmation this morning.
Well, another screw-up like last time, and heads will roll. Or should I say head? That's singular.
Can I get you a cup of coffee?
No. Saves on the note-taking.
Forensic psychologist. Surely, by definition, forensic means scientific evidence, empirical evidence, not guesswork based on hokum.
Hokum.
Dream analysis, retrieved memory, all that really good stuff.
Forensic is actually defined as the application of medical science in a legal context, which in my case means providing psychological input. As a lawyer, I'm sure you know that courts don't hold much truck with guesswork or hokum.
Shall we get to it?
You're one of the executives Julian Latimer reported to, is that right?
I went over all of this with your colleagues ad infra-bloody-nightum.
My job is to find out what kind of man he is. Get inside his head.
He was a homebird type. Out of here every evening on the dot, back to leafy Woking or wherever.
How would you describe his character, personality?
Oh, efficient, pleasant. Trifle distracted of late. Absorbing things, I imagine. Your megabytes. Is it true he murdered his wife? Never judge a book by its cover, eh?
He says he sometimes had to work all night. How often was that?
Now and then.
The network is our link to head office in New York. I mean, his job was to keep it up and running. Will you, check those amendments and get them signed by the client? I want them back here on my desk by close of business. And will you take those down to Freddie?
When he did work overnight, how was he next day? Alert? Disorientated? Any sign of mood swings, memory lapses?
I haven't a clue. He did have a habit of going AWOL after an all-night sortie.
For how long? How many times?
We have 90 people working here, Miss Hazlitt. I can't go riding shotgun on whether they deign to come in or not. I have rather more pressing demands on my time.
The dates when he was absent. I need to check them.
The police took everything. Files, papers, his diary, the lot. I have my own diary, though.
In your statement, you said that you and Mrs. Latimer used to run together. So you were more than just neighbours, weren't you? You were friends.
She was company for running, that's all. We weren't close.
She never confided in you at all? About her marriage? How things were with them? Never at all? Not about the loss of their child, or...
Oh, my husband, Stephen. This is... sorry.
Grace Hazlitt. Here's my card. One last thing. I went to Julian's office. It seems he took time off for days at a time. No warning, no explanation. When his assistant rang home, Nina didn't know where he was either. Do you know anything about that? I've got the exact dates, if it helps to jog your memory.
Everything my wife knows she's told the police. You're wasting your time and hers. I'm sorry, enough is enough. Sorry.
You'll find me there if you want to talk. Or anything. Hazlitt?
It's me. I'm not sure I can get to the school to pick up Adam, Grace. I'll never make it in time. Oh, can you ask him to wait, please? Grace, I'll never make it in time. I've still got a dozen patients out there. Richard Locum didn't show up for this afternoon's surgery again. Which means I not only have to cover his patients, but his home visits too.
Okay, I'll go.
I'll see you tonight then, yes? Bye.
Is Dr. Hazlitt here?
Yes. Name? Excuse me? Excuse me? Do you have an appointment?
I'm family. Thought it prudent not to call at the house. I got this for Adam, so we can stay in touch. I programmed my number in it. How's he doing?
Getting through his little day. Can't say the same for the night.
Oh, he's not sleeping.
What do you think?
Well, I woke up and she'd cleared out and she'd taken him with her. And that isn't what I wanted, Isabel. If she'd stayed, we could have talked it through. That is what she does, isn't it? She's good at.
You mean reconcile?
Whatever happens with Grace and me, Adam is still my son. And I want to be a father to him.
As Grace said you couldn't. She certainly hasn't to me.
Then why take him off like that? Why not return my calls?
Oh, come on, Carl. You told her you were having an affair. Well, at least you had the guts to come out and tell her about it. More than most men, I'll give you that much. If you've an iota of sense, you'll build on that. Win back her trust. Stop this wretched thing in its tracks before you've lost everything. She'll be after children, you know. Predatory women like that always are.
She doesn't need me to provide children. She has 2 of her own.
Ah, a divorcee. And she's after a father for them, that old one?
No, they have a father. She's still married to him, and she wants to keep it that way for the children. That was a deal with us right from the start.
Oh, well, as long as her children sleep at night. Never mind yours. Oh, you've chosen well, Carl. Positively struck gold, I'd say.
I didn't come here for this.
Oh, sorry. Was this not the cozy little chit-chat you were hoping for? She is my daughter. Adam is my grandson.
And I want to stay in touch with him.
Then speak to your wife. Don't put me in the middle.
She won't talk to me, will she? Do you remember your wedding anniversary all those years ago? You and I, out on the terrace sipping Cinzano. And you told me how Lucien once left you for another woman. And you said that you never told Grace about it because you didn't want to poison her against her father. I would just like the same courtesy.
Carl, wasn't Cinzano. It was vodka martini. And Lucien came back. He stuck with us. He knew what he'd lost.
Perhaps he'd lost his nerve.
School records. No absenteeism reported. Year 8 senior tutor comment. Tendency to be withdrawn. Difficulty in forming friendships. Academically bright. Bunch of GCSEs, A-levels. No indication of aggressive or aberrant behavior. Ditto university. 2-1 engineering degree, postgrad in computer science. Diligent, hard-working student.
Sorry, Mum.
Go and get a brush. And give me the ball.
Sorry,
go
it
on,
just...
Go on.